Hello, everybody, and welcome to Choice, Change, and Action podcast. So, you're with me, your host, Simone Milasas. And today, I did this interview. They interviewed me, Nikkolett from Hungary. She is a joy business facilitator as well and a certified facilitator of access consciousness. And she did an interview with me on joy business, and it was really great. So, we thought, why not use this for one of my podcasts? So, what you're about to listen to, what you're about to watch. If you're watching it, don't forget you can watch us on YouTube. You can also watch us on Spotify, is from this. So please enjoy. And the other thing I want to mention too is it is all about business. I always say your life is your business is your life. Like you don't have to own a business to be interested in business. How do you wake up in the morning? Do you wake up and how are you navigating your life basically? Because as I said, your life is your business. There are business on different classes all over the world. I have one starting in December. It's my 7th of December. So if you're in the US, that's the 6th because we are in the future. Okay. My 7th of December. Now it goes over December and January. It's got a little bit of space in between, which I like doing that because then you get to do some home play, right? So if you want to join the Business Done Different class, the details will be in the show notes. There are absolutely no prerequisites. So if you want to play, start off that 2026 going, fuck yeah, I got this. I'm going to choose this. I'm going to invite something different. Okay. You've actually got to be willing to invite something different and choose it. In the meantime, please enjoy this podcast and much gratitude to all of you. I'm truly grateful for all of you being here, listening, and you've been around. This has been going for quite a while, and there's a lot of people who you listen to it every week, and I'm really grateful for that. Maybe if you could share it with someone as well, or even can you write me a review? Can you give me a Christmas present and write the review? That would be phenomenal. I would be so grateful for whatever platform you listen on. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, and enjoy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome, Simone. I am so excited. When I saw the title, I was like, wow, it's just time for talk about this because we gave a title, Business, Outcreating Your Financial Limitations. And it's just, I'm so excited to talk to you because when I was in El Lugar, I was struggling. I'm like, my classes are not growing. I have a Business Done Different class on the weekend and it just didn't go anywhere. And I was like, what's wrong? What's wrong? And the whole time I just wanted to go to the mic and ask a question, but then people ask my questions. And sometimes I am too finding myself in these really limited, I don't know, just realities, which I know it's not mine. And I was really excited to talk to you about this because I guess many people, especially nowadays, are struggling with money, or they have a point of view that they are struggling with money, or they just bought into. And so many people who are here, we had a 7-day business, I would say, challenge with a couple Business Done Different tools. So they could. I was introducing them to the tools. So most of the people have businesses or they are planning to have businesses, and they were really grateful when I invited you to have this conversation. So I just wanted to introduce you a little bit. So Simone, she is an author of 2 books, Getting Out of That Joyfully, and also the business
Joy of
Joy of
Business.
Business. Thank you. Yes.
Actually, 3 books,
Yeah. Sorry.
but one is on relationships. Relationship, Are You Sure You Want One? That I wrote with my ex.
Yeah. And I really love those stories from you when you were super excited about creating a business and having conversation with people, and they were like, yeah, you are not doing the business for the joy of it. And that changed so much for me also at the beginning. And you know my stories, I started to use the tools which you shared on like free course or on your Instagram or your social. And I just started to implement them, and my business started to grow, and it became this massive, amazing something. And I'm just, I was just blown away that I am able to create this. I am not that fucked up that I thought I was. And, um, and yeah, I wanted to ask you about your because you shared in many platforms, but people who are here, they don't really know your story, that you were not always successful. You were not always in this place where you are with your business, with the money. And can we start there? Where did you study and how was it for you?
Yeah, and look, I think it's not about actually aiming for success every day. It really isn't. And I tell you why. I have been really successful. I've made a lot of money. I've been successful in investments, in business, in projects, etc. And I've also failed as per this reality. Like I've lost money. I've had to shut companies down. I've projects, have not shown up the way I thought they were going to show up. And for me, business and the joy of business and the success of business is embracing all of that. Because if we went, business is going to be successful, you're going to make lots of money and everything's going to turn out great. And there's always rainbows and unicorns and, every day is a sunny day, everyone would do it. And I think the reason why a lot of people get deterred from creating a business, especially from that phenomenal, unique capacity each and every single one of you have for some idea or this oh, what about this? And what I would ask, what stops you? Because I have fallen a lot. I have stumbled, and as you stumble and fall, I always say, what are you going to do? Are you going to lie down on the ground and cry? Or are you going to get back up, brush your knees off and go, whoa, okay, what did I gain from that? Because every single time I've made money and I'm a success, I receive it and it's great and I'm really grateful and I enjoy it. Every single time I've lost money or something like that, that this reality would judge as was a failure, I have gained so much awareness that it contributes to when I am successful with money too. So I really do think you have to, take it all in your stride. Like am I successful now? Yes. Do I have, I'm very successful as in what this reality would say. I have, I own my own house. I own properties. I own residential, commercial properties. I own properties overseas. I have a stock portfolio. In fact, I have 2 stock portfolios. I've invested in Elugar, the place that I'm at the moment. Like there's a lot of things that I keep looking at like that. I've bought gold, silver, platinum. Like I'm continuously looking at what can I play with my money. And yet at one stage, about 2 years ago, I sort of sat down and went, this is not enough. And I never, ever thought I would be there. Like Nikkolett, the way she gave a little bit of a description, I was so in debt that I wrote a book about it, Getting Out of Debt Joyfully. And, there's nowhere in the world I could afford to, get an airplane ticket, economy from Australia to America. I just couldn't afford it. Like I just didn't know how to create that at that time. I lived in that place I created, which was struggle, which a little bit like what you were saying right at the beginning, Nikkolett. I would like to invite everyone listening to this to have a look at, what are you using as a source? Like, are you using the source? Like, have you decided you are a source for disaster? You are a source for failure, a source for struggle. I knew what that was like. Every week I had to, hustle to get my rent. I struggled to get my rent every week, all of this. Now, what I would look at is, what would it take, which is a question, what would it take to be a source of infinite possibilities? Like, stop looking for the disaster, stop looking for the doubt, stop looking for the negative to create the positive. Be a source of infinite possibilities. But that doesn't always mean that you're right or money's coming into the bank account. It could mean anything. It's like, for me, it's like so much exploring the adventures of living and the adventures of business.
Wow. Thank you. We're done. Thank you so much, everyone.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you so much, because that's such a different point of view. And I was at this point, I'm like, I really need to change this, because you asked this question many times and you asked me too, what is success for you? And it's just different for all of us.
Well, I would also ask Nikkolett, if you don't mind, because you have a great story, right? I love your story. I adore you. I think you're amazing. And I love the way you embraced the tools and you just went for it. Now, you also became really successful. And then you spoke about how when you were here and you were like, oh, my classes aren't growing as much, you know, blah, blah, blah. What did you decide? Why did you not? Why is your business not increasing by 3 times? Why is it not quadrupling? Like, what's the stop? What's the barrier? And it could be you, someone, something, a point of view. But we seem to reach some level of what we would call success. And then we go, whoa, like riding a horse, whoa, pull the reins back, you know? And it's like, why not just go at a dead run and a gallop the whole time? Like, did you become more successful than your family, more successful than your friends? I know you got some vilification hungry. I've had my fair share of vilification in Australia and worldwide, and it nearly stopped me. And then I was like, no, that's not stopping me. So what are you aware of that you sort of started to put a little bit of a break on? All of you.
Yeah. Thank you. This is amazing. All of that, everything you just said, I was like, oh, the vilification. And I keep talking about that. Oh, when this guy created the video, when the article came out about you, Gary, Dane, and I, and Andras, it's like, okay. And it's just so interesting because until this conversation, I didn't even acknowledge that stopped me a lot.
So something that occurred for me, and is this okay if we're just going?
Yeah.
Something that occurred for me. So, guys, I got in the most popular Australian newspaper, like the one that if anyone reads a newspaper, that's what they read. There was a big article in there about myself and Gary Douglas, who's the founder of Access, and Dr. Dane here, the co-creator. And all of it was lies, but it's still in print. And I grew up in Australia. All the people I went to school with, like my brother was ringing me going, hey, you know, and I was like it was lies. But I sat on my balcony with a friend and I was having a cocktail because one must have a cocktail when there's a you know, vilification comes out of a newspaper. And I started to shrink and I started to do this energetically, like how small can I get? And what was going on for me was I started to go, oh, maybe I shouldn't do as much as what I'm doing. Maybe I should like be a little bit smaller. Maybe I shouldn't be as successful. And it wasn't even cognitive words. It was more this energy. And my friend, I'm so grateful for him. He turned around to me and he said, Simone, they're winning. And I said, what do you mean? And he said, look at you. He said, this is not you. And I was like, oh my goodness, you're right. And at that moment, you know, like a peacock, I was like, shoulders back, you know, feathers flowing. And I was like, yeah. And it's not about me also fighting. You can have your point of view. Like, I love the way most people who judge me have never even met me, you know,
Yeah.
and people love to judge. And I think, what's her name? Brene Brown said it really well when she said, you know, you're on stage talking, the people in the bleachers, in the seats are going to judge you. It's not if, they will. What are you going to do with it? And so I started to go, oh, hang on a second. And I looked at my life. I looked at everything I'd chosen. And I like to say I've had a colorful life. I've definitely been a naughty girl growing up and did lots of different things and everything. And I am so grateful for everything that I've chosen. Everything I've chosen, I have no place to judge anyone. I'm not looking to judge anyone, and I'm definitely not looking to judge myself. And I think that's where a lot of this starts too, which is the essence of joy of business, is don't judge what you're choosing, and you never have to justify your choices. It's like you get to choose. And so, okay, you guys, you can have your point of view, but I'm not letting that stop me. And it's like, how many things have you all got in your life that you let stop you? And it could be a partner, kids, family, friends, culture, religion, you know, anything. But it's like, why would you let anything stop you? It's not going where we thought it was going to go, is it?
I love it. No, I had one thing. I was really excited to talk to you when I saw the title, and I was like, I don't know where we're gonna go. I'm also willing to just play my cards out because I know it's you know, it contributes to people because we don't really talk about this. Like everyone is trying to, especially these business coaches, and everyone is trying to be perfect and they got
And
it
you're not.
right and not.
You're not.
Yeah.
I'm not either.
Yeah.
I fuck up all the time. And it's like, but that's part of it. But I also
Yeah.
go, okay, that was an interesting choice, Simone. Now I'm going to choose something different. It's like, for me, it's like we're people. It's like, I'm going to give it a shot though. And I'm going to give it the absolute best shot I can. No matter what business it is or project, it's like, you know, if I'm in, I'm in. Let's go.
Hmm. I think many people have this point of view when they start the business that things started to go good and then everything will stay. But I saw you over the years, like your team was changing, the direction where you were going with your business changed a lot, and you are always willing and you are always going. You never stop. How do you do that? Because that's really sometimes people ask me, it's like, but you know, it's just so hard. I can't do this anymore, and the people just quit. And I see you just keep going, and I saw that many times people would judge you, or people like I saw those articles or like just all those things, and I just see you keep going. It's super inspiring.
A good question. Interesting question to answer. And I'd say there's a few points. Is one, I thoroughly enjoy what I choose.
Mm.
And that is a really big thing for me. And one of the reasons why I wrote the book, Joy of Business, is if you are not currently enjoying what you're choosing, I would like you to ask why you're choosing it. And so many people go, oh, because I need the money. Oh, because I need this, da, da, da. And it's like, well, if you have that point of view, you are assuming that you cannot choose something that you enjoy. And I really enjoy my job and I like the diversity. I get to travel all around the world, meet different people, facilitate different classes. But I'm an access consciousness facilitator, and that's my main thing. But I also have all of these other things. Like I just went to Peru recently. And so here's something. I went to Peru, did a class, but for about 2 years, I've had this question in my world of trying to find good quality merchandise, right? Because I wanted to start this merchandise, which was a business I had many, many years ago. But I want good quality. I want people to get it and go, wow, this is great quality. I'd like to buy more, you know. And everything I was finding, I'm like, drop shipped from China, you know, copious plastic wrapping, really not great quality, you know, all this sort of thing. So I've just had it there. And one thing I would say is everybody, don't kill your ideas. I've got so many ideas and so many things that pop. Sometimes they might be there for a week, a month, a year, 10 years. They sort of, I throw them all up in the air and they're there. And so it's almost like, dear universe, show me when and where, right? So I'm in Peru and we're talking about it, and they've got great textiles in Peru. So anyway, I went and found through some of my friends there. We had such a good time, and it really made me happy. And we went and found all of this stuff, and I got, because I have a membership called the Profit Club. So I said, I'm going to get all these t-shirts and hats and gift them to anyone that's in the Profit Club if I see them here at El Lugar. And then I went, ooh, I want to do this other stuff. So I started looking at it all. And then I'm like, I started talking to a few people and I was like, I could easily open up a merchandise business. But now I've had appointments with somebody, a guy who is a lawyer in Panama, because I'm like, what if I open up a Panama foundation and run it through there? And I get so intrigued about what is the best way to create this and the way with ease. And one thing I've made of a demand of myself, because I have a few different businesses, is if it's not joyful, I don't want to do it. It's like, this needs to be joyful for me. This needs to be fun for me. I mean, even, you know, one of the businesses I created recently was the intimate play cards.
Yeah,
With a friend of mine. And they're these cards that you play with your lover. And it's like, that definitely hasn't made me any money yet. It's translated into a bunch of languages, but God, has it been fun. And could it make money? Sure. We're asking for distribution to show up. We're doing a sexpo in November in Australia, like all these different things. But I think you've also got to relax with your businesses. Like everything doesn't have to happen overnight. And one thing Warren Buffett, who's a very successful man, said, most people don't listen to what he has to say because making money and being successful is a marathon, not a sprint. I think that's a really key element, because people start to give up when something doesn't show up the way they would like it to show up instantaneously. Most things don't happen instantaneously. Sometimes, magic, it's like there's lots of magic and miracles and showing up quicker than most, but essentially let it land, like be in question of a business, of a project, and play with it. But for me, it's like I have multiple things, and I enjoy them all. And to go back to your question of like, how do I keep going?
Yeah.
I think the question I need to ask myself more so is, how do I also insert relaxation? And I do relaxation within the business, and then like really giving me the space to choose what works for me and my body as well. Like this morning I went horse riding because I have a pretty busy day. Or I like to say popular day, not busy, it's popular. And so, okay, what can I choose with that? So I make sure I'm choosing things that also nurture me and my body, as well as, because then I get so creative. Like I can be riding a horse or going for a walk on the beach, and I'm like, oh, this idea. I don't turn myself off from business. And I think that's one of the biggest lies people are told. You've got to have time off. Make sure you have the weekend. Make sure you have a holiday. I'm like, a holiday from what? Like, I get to travel around the world and be here and go horse riding. Why would I go on a holiday? Like, that's me. Okay. You've got to choose what works for you. Like, as I always say, don't trust me, trust you.
That's so true. I just watched it was like an Instagram, maybe, I can't remember. And the guy was talking about, he was in Europe for 2 months, and he came up with this video like, guys, I am in Europe for 2 months, and yeah, you guys got it right. But you know what is really cool about the US? Everything is set up for making money. You guys are having your vacations, and it's August, and you're not doing anything, and everything is so slow, and blah, blah, blah. And it was so true. And I was looking at myself, and I realized I really had to acknowledge that I am super fast. And I'm so grateful for being married to this American guy, because he was coming after me all the time. He's like, you're so fucking European. Stop being European. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, you're so slow. Keep going. Keep doing. And it was in me, but I wasn't this person before that. And that's what you just said about no bad choices, because I got divorced after 5 months. But that whole thing changed my whole entire life.
You gained awareness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And I
No
really, yeah,
Yeah.
it's been 6 years that we got divorced. I have to send him a message today. I'm so grateful to you, because I learned so much about business. I would never learn this much about business if I would stay in Hungary and just be in my comfort zone. So it's amazing.
Well, I think that's a really key piece too, Nikkolett, is when you said, if I would just stayed in Hungary and did, stay in your comfort zone. It's like same for me if I just stayed in Australia. So
Yeah.
now I'm not saying you all have to move or you all have to travel, but here's what I'd like you to have a look at is, if you're, I think most of the people here from Hungary, right? So if you're from
Yeah.
Hungary, it's like, am I being too Hungarian, right? Ask yourself that question. Like, are you losing yourself in the Hungarian culture? Where are you? Okay. Like, you are the source for infinite possibilities. What is it that you would like to choose and what you would like to create? Like, Australians generally, I'd say, are pretty lazy. They're like, some of our slogans are beautiful one day, perfect the next. Majority of people surf. It's like we have a lot of summer, like especially where I live, it's very tropical. If you don't work, the government gives you funding. Like, there's all these different things. There's nothing there to go, please be everything that you can be. Now, unfortunately, most people's families are also not there to say, hey, will you please outcreate us? I was very lucky. My father, who was Lithuanian, and he died about 12 years ago. But I remember at one stage, he said to me, Simone, do you realize you've surpassed me? And he was successful. And I looked at him with this like, oh, am I not meant to? And he said, please keep going. He was an accountant. He was quite a bit older. And he said, you need to find another accountant. I can't keep up with you. And he said, but please keep going. And he was so empowering. And I would say to you, if you didn't have an empowering parent, don't make it wrong. Just now empower yourself, because you can be so much more and be so much greater and choose more than what you're currently choosing. Like, stop being Hungarian, stop being Australian, be you and find out what is that like.
Wow. 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 Can you, because you talked about before a little bit about relaxation, and when you relax and when you are choosing things that makes you happy, this is when you get more creative and you have got all these ideas. I love your stories about being in the shower, you're showering, and then you got all these ideas and you just come out of shower and I'm like, hey, I got this amazing idea. I love these stories. And I remember, maybe you remember too, a couple years ago, Gary sent us an email, all the access facilitators. So you guys, if you would relax, access would grow 80%. And I remember I took a screenshot when I got that email. It was like, wow, that means something. But many people don't really actually knows what it means to be relaxed in business, or what it means to be relaxed, to have ideas or out creating yourself or just go beyond.
Yeah, and I'm not so sure I know either. I think I have glimpses of it. It's something I'm constantly looking at and asking, because I do find like I wake up in the morning and I'm really creative. Morning is a really good time for me. I'm like creative and happy and excited and love making a coffee and having a look at, you know, what's on today sort of thing. And I will get caught up in the do. I've got to do this, do this, do this. So actually, I'm going to make that past tense. I used to get caught up in it a lot. And what I practiced doing, literally, I would put my computer down, put my phone down, and I would stand there and I would go, okay, if I wasn't doing, what could I be today? And even if I looked at a project, I would go, okay, so, you know, if I wasn't doing here, what could I be with this project? What could I be with this business? And for me, I noticed there was such a sense of space and that relaxation, and not the focused energy. Because I think when you go to that doing, you sort of tend to like really focus in on something, rather than, like, if you think of something right now that you're involved in business and think about what you have to do. Okay, think about the top 3 things that you need to do, and I'm deliberately saying it like this, you need to do with this business, this project, right? Now, if you let go of all of that, destroy and uncreate it, I don't know if everyone knows the clearing statement, but right and wrong, good and
No,
bad,
but go for it.
100 shorts, boys, perverts, creation spaces, and beyonds. That's the weird ass access consciousness clearing statement. That's really good. But now I want you to look at the same project in the same business. Take a breath, even be aware of your body. Like, your body is such a contribution. It's like, take a breath and ask, what can I be with this project today? What can I be with this business today? Where is my energy required? And you'll start to notice these like whispers, like maybe it's like, oh, maybe I should call John, you know, or check this, or it's like, oh, hey, I don't know if there's actually much that's required of me today, because we all think that we're so invaluable and that we have to do everything. We don't. Actually, what you need to start doing is receiving. And as you start to receive like the energy, the whispers, you also start to receive the possibilities, and then you become that source of infinite possibilities, what we were talking about, not the source of doing, the source of being. Really different energy. And play with that.
Everything we are talking about is just so different from what people would say about business, and that's what
I know.
Yeah, it's just so
work out your budgets, work out all of this. Hey, I'm a big person for looking at numbers. I love numbers. But I don't create for the numbers, I create with them. Like, I will choose projects or businesses that monetarily might not be making much money today. And yet I'm like, oh, is it matching the energy of what I'd like to create in the world? Yes. Could it make money? Yes. Okay, keep going. And then some things are more, I would call them like money spinners. Like they bring in a lot of money with ease. So I look at all of it. I don't make my choices about the finances, but I love looking at numbers. I think everyone should know how to read their own profit and loss statement and have a look at it. But again, one of the things my father taught me was go through your profit and loss line by line and ask, do I need it? Do I need it? Do I need it for all your expenses? And if you do, he would always say, okay, so if you require all of these expenses, now what else can you create? What other revenue stream can you add? And I'm so grateful he would do that, because he wouldn't say to me, you need to cut down, you need to budget, you need to do this. You don't ever see nature like budgeting or cutting down. Like, we are a part of this ecosystem on this planet, and we should start living like it, like not living with restraints.
That's amazing. It's so true. They are not budgeting. Like the forest is not budgeting. It's not cutting back. It's just growing.
Yeah.
Wow. I heard you saying something. It was like, I never forget that. You said that everything in life is I can't remember the words that you were using, but it was everything in life has this tendency to grow. And if it's not growing, then you have to ask the question, what am I being, or what am I not choosing, or what is it that I am stopping this to grow? Because like the business nature is to grow. I don't know, whatever you were doing.
Yeah, it is. But also, I think you've got to look at the destruction of things too, because, but sometimes growth is destruction. Like, what if there's no separation between creation and destruction? Like, if I look at all the businesses I've had in my lifetime, there was moments where it was time to let go of a business, either sell it or let it go, knowing when to quit. But like, I did this call one day. It was called Winners Sometimes Quit and Quitters Never Win. Because so many people quit just before they're about to become successful. That is a phenomenon that I am so astounded with. It's like we do whatever we can to avoid success. It's like, how many things have you quit just before it's about to become successful? It becomes out of control and there's a lot of chaos. But if you're willing to receive that, then you can step into a level of success that you have not yet chosen. And also knowing when it's time to say goodbye. And that could be to a staff member, that could be to where you live, that could be to a relationship, that could be to a project, a business. It's like knowing when to go, okay, this is not actually, creating something different or greater or congruent with what it is that you would like to choose. Most people think profit is just the money left over after paying the bills. For me, profit is about you being the source of your life. That's why I created the Profit Club, a private membership where you get 2 calls with me every month, a private group chat, and lots of surprises along the way. The best part, it's only $28. So join the Profit Club. Go to SimoneMilasas.com/Profit Club.
You inspired me a lot because I saw you so many times. What I see with people, they would be like, okay, it's not working for me, and I let it go. And you do it from a really different space when you are willing to change things up. I was hosting you before with your class, and I experienced that also in that scenario. But like, it was really different. Like I can't even, I don't know if I can put it into words, but that was really different. So you were willing to change, you are willing to mix things up, but you don't really let go that easily. So you are like committed still.
Yeah.
And that's something that I actually learned from you, is like, yes, you can change things up and you can see what works, what not, but you are actually committed. So it's not like, okay, it's not working, or the next. Because that's what I see with many people. Then they start to use the tools. Yeah, like, okay, it's not light anymore. It's not working anymore. And they really let go of things really, really quickly, or move on super fast. And they don't have this commitment to making it great anyway.
Yeah. And, one of the things that I talk about in Joy Business book is the joy of failure, which people are like, what? But that's exactly what you're talking about. There's a lot of people who prefer to fail than succeed because they know what failure feels like. Now, I know that may sound insane. And if I look at it, say, monetarily, it's what I chose for quite some time, being in debt. And, like the short story, when I got out of debt, I remember sitting in my office and I was like, wow, this is it. I've got money. Like, I'm out of debt. And I was like, this is boring. And within 2 weeks, I found myself back in debt.
Wow.
I was smart enough to go, what do I love? And ask this question. If you, create this, what do I love? Because if there's something you're creating all the time, there's something you love about it. Okay. Even though you go, I hate it. Well, no, you love it. What do I love about creating debt? And I kept asking myself that question. And the main thing that came up was it was familiar. I knew what it felt like. I had no idea, what does it feel like to have money? And so that's when I made the demand on myself, and I went, okay, I'm going to find out what is it like to actually have money, not to be in debt anymore. Because I didn't know what waking up with money felt like. I knew what waking up with no money felt like. I knew the energy. I knew, you could smell it, you could hear it, you could, I knew the limitations, I knew my barriers, all of that. And then it was like, wow, what if I open that up to something entirely different?
And it changed when you started to just look for something different, because people are like, oh, okay, it's so easy for you, Simone, where you got these tools, you got these guys, they got your back. But I know from my experiences, it seems easy from the outside, but it's a big commitment. I'm just really
I mean, I committed to
demanding myself to change
steps. And I mean, so any justification that people come up with and go, oh, but it's so easy for you because, anything after the because is this justification. And I would ask, what are you justifying? Are you justifying what you're not choosing? Because my life is my life. I've chosen it the way I've chosen it. Nikkolett, your life is your life. You've chosen it the way you've chosen it. Neither is right or wrong. They're just choices, and they've gotten us to where we are today. But when people go, oh, she has this because, it's like, that's bullshit. It's like, I chose all these things. Like, my mother always used to say to me, oh, you're so lucky. And I was like, it's not luck. It's like, I put some hard work in for a lot of things that showed up in my life. And I also did the thing, like, oh man, like when I had, no money, it's like sleeping on people's lounge room floors because I didn't have anywhere to stay. It's like, all of that sort of stuff. But it took me that to go, I'm changing this. Like, I need to do something different. This is not working. I don't want to sleep on someone's lounge room floor anymore. I want something different. So you sort of, when you demand of yourself, because you can't demand of anyone else, when you demand of yourself, and then you can request of the universe, it's like, hey, universe, show me the way. Like, if anything, the universe has your back. If you ask, it will show you. It's not going to show up exactly the way you would like it to, because you're a control freak, everyone. But it's like, it will show up. But that's when, that relaxation of like, stop, listen. What's going on around you? What's pinging? Choose, 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 choose. One of my favorite things that Dr. Dane here ever said was, I've made more bad choices than most people are willing to choose. Like, stop waiting to choose, just choose. You'll find out. Like I said, you might stumble, but get back up and go, okay, I chose it. I know what that tastes like now, now I'm going to choose this.
Exactly. I know you have to go soon, but I would have just one more question. I know you have a Profit Club call tonight, and you have your Profit Club, which is a monthly membership, and I believe it's in 2 minutes.
22.
Okay, cool. My question is, so what is profit for you when it comes to business? Because you guys have a really different point of view. And after that, if you would share a little bit about your membership, how people can join, and Petra will share in the chat, because you guys have to know, Audrey, who is translating now, she's also translating the Profit Club. So she's going to jump with Simone to the next call. And so Simone has most of the things that you do, you have Hungarian translations. So if you guys want to know, we're going to share your website, your membership, and you can get it in Hungarian. So back to the question. So what is profit for you?
Thank you. Well, most people think profit is like the money you have after you pay the bills. It's one way to look at it. And I would say, what if the profit is, how do you live? How do you be? Like, for me, like, the profitability that you have in life is the level of receiving you have, the exploration, like how things show up. Like, if you don't make money linear and you don't make it everything about money, then there's something so much greater. I'll give you an example just because it's in my awareness now. Like, I'm at El Lugar in Costa Rica, and like I said, I just went horse riding this morning. So my horse, obviously, I paid for her. I pay for her monthly. I pay for everything. So she costs me, a decent amount of money. So you could go, oh, that's not making a profit. There's no monetary amount that you could put on the joy I get when I'm with her, and even knowing that she exists on the planet. Like even in Australia, I have photos of like a big framed photo of her next to my bed. So I always muck around because I go, good night, Pluma. Like I'm so connected to her, and that connection, money could never put a price on that. So for me, that's profitability.
Wow. I one time, I'm not sure, maybe it was you or Gary who said that profit is also, it's not just the leftover the end of the month, but
No,
it's the energy that you create in the world.
yeah,
It's so
perfect. That's a great
beautiful.
way to say it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the, you know, it's, I mean, if you walk into a room, I mean, how many, like, we make things about money and they don't need to be about money. Like, if you walk into a room, are you going to start asking, like, you know, the greatness of someone because of the amount of money they have in their bank account? No, that's what they've chosen. It's like, who do you get attracted to? It's like when people are being them, it's like that is one of the most attractive things in the world. You know, be you. It's like Dane here wrote a book about it. Be you and change the world. It's like that for me is the greatness that we can be. That's the profit.
Thank you
And
so
let's talk
much.
about money and business too, because I love it. They're two of my favorite topics.
Yeah, true story. Thank you. And so if people would like to join your membership after this call, I think everyone wants to join your membership. I would love to, like, yeah, this energy is just so amazing. How can they join? Is it open for everyone?
Yeah,
Is there
absolutely.
any
You can join.
prereqs?
Yeah, sorry, go.
No, that's it.
You can join. It's like $28 a month, US dollars a month for 2 calls with me. And there's a private Telegram thread. But you can join, like I'm just about to start the next call. You can join for a month if you want. The way it works is like Spotify. You join, you get to download, if you pay for, say, October, you get to download those 2 calls and you can listen to everything in the past, but you can't download it. But the second you quit, it's all gone.
It's over.
Yeah, but you can join again and again and again if you want. But it's $28 a month. I'd love to have any and all of you there. I actually really, really enjoy it. I was just saying last night to one of my team members, because we were like, we didn't know how long the Profit Club was going to go for. And it just keeps getting more and more. And like, yes, maybe more people, but more. It's becoming more. Like it's becoming bigger energetically. And that's what I'm really grateful for, because that's congruent with what I desire to create in the world. So yeah, come play. Thank you so much, Nikkolett.
No, thank you. I love everything you do. And we had a really nice story because I was avoiding Simone for a year and I was really vulnerable. I shared with people. I didn't talk to Simone for 1 whole year because she gifted me a class which I couldn't receive. So I had to avoid her. It was just the best conversation because I was in class. I'm like, Simone, there is something. She's like, yeah, can I ask you a question? I'm like, sure, ask you the question. Could you receive that class? I'm like, no, not at all. And I'm so grateful that it changed. It's just so cool.
Me too.
And thank you for that.
But I'm also really grateful that you were willing to talk about that and have the awareness, because I would ask all of you, how many times have you been gifted something and you've refused to receive it? So you create separation. And how many things is the universe so desirous to give to you, and you won't even see it? It's like you're walking around with your eyes shut and you can't hear anything, because whatever insane point of view you've decided, if you receive it, would show up. So I'm super grateful that you were willing to go there, Nikkolett, and be vulnerable and have that conversation, and that we're here now.
Yeah, look at that.
Yes.
Everything changed. I'm so, so grateful. Thank you so much, Simone, that you take the time. Enjoy El Lugar, Pluma, Ecuador, and your call tonight. And I can't wait to see you somewhere in the world.
Okay. Yes. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me here. Mwah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.